Hello everybody, welcome to Bobonomics. I'm Bobo, and today I'm bringing you a 17th place X2 Virtual World deck profile 2024. Just came back from the Broken Arrow Regional. There was 308 players, 9 rounds of Swiss. I got 17th place, and I'll go through my tournament report after the deck profile. I'll try and keep the deck profile quick since it's pretty standard and similar to what I've played before, but I wanted to make a deck profile of the first invite for Virtual World of the year, and kind of show this off before the deck changes a lot with upcoming sets. So let's just get right into it. I've got 3 Lulu, 3 Gigi. Oops, there's a Lily, my bad. 3 Gigi, 3 Lily, 3 Lalo. So all the hand names per standard. 2 Nian. Playing 3 Fenrir. Shout out to the Oklahoma community in general for letting me borrow a lot of cards. I actually had my deck stolen like 3 weeks ago at the last regional I went to, so I had to buy a lot of new cards, borrow some cards. So shout out to all the local people for helping me build up so I could actually play at this regional. So I got 3 Fenrir for non-engine monsters, then I got 3 Ash Blossom, then I got the signature Ghost Ogre, which was actually good for me pretty much all tournament. And onto the spells, kind of an extension of the monsters though. I'm playing 3 Emergency Teleport, a very good card. For engine spells, playing 3 City, the 3 Qinglong, and then I'm maining the 1 of Called By. So one of the main reasons I would ever lose a game 1 is because I get shifted, and so I think Called By is kind of a good call in the main deck just for that. It's not horrible going second. It's actually pretty good in my opinion versus Rescue Ace. It's very good versus Labyrinth. Good versus Fire King. It's just bad against Vanadium, but otherwise I think this is mainly a going first card for me anyway, so it's not replacing a hand trap. So good card in the main. I did side it for a bit, but I think main deck was good, and it was pretty much always good when I saw it, except for being a brick. But it happens. Continuing on with the spells, I got consistency. So I'm playing 3 Desires. Hot off the ban list, fresh off the press here. Desire's always been not only just a good consistency card, but also a strong board improver, because once you combo, you can just Desires and draw into hand traps or follow up. So Desires really good, but alongside that, my kind of consistency card of choice is Prosperity. I'm playing 2 Pot of Prosperities, mainly because they conflict with Desires. They're not really going to be something that you draw into and activate, so it's mainly just a consistency card that you would start off with, and I like it over Small World or Foolish Bale Goods for now, just because it actually replaces itself. It's not an inherent neg one. So Prosperity was pretty good. I only saw it twice though, but overall just a strong card. Playing 3 Infinite Permanents, still one of the best cards in the game, and then 2 Chuche, 1 Xuanu. So that's it for the main deck. I'm main decking 42 cards. At the previous regional I went to, I got super unlucky. I lost every die roll but 1. And I was playing pretty much the same list except 2 Desires because it wasn't at 3 yet. I was playing a Foolish Bale Goods instead just to not conflict with the other consistency cards, and it played a little better under Droll if I dumped a non-Qinglong spell trap. But yeah, I played Armored Xyz in that, and it was 43 with the Armored Xyz trap. Just was not as good going second, so I wanted to be prepared to lose die roll. And at this regional, I actually did lose all die rolls but 2. I've just been super unlucky recently with the die rolls. So yeah, kind of 2 back-to-back unlucky regionals, but it's okay. I think I played well. I'm happy with my list. I will just hope it goes better from there. Onto the extra deck. Obviously, you play Zeus. I've considered playing 2, but 1 is definitely mandatory. The extra material, like I said, not playing Armored Xyz. This is just a high attack thing to slap onto a rank 6. Playing Wallow. I think mandatory. Volzar Lars. I think mandatory, just the best end board piece usually. So I'm kind of experimenting here with 2 rank 3s. I usually like to play 2 rank 3s in pure. Totem Bird was not generic, and sometimes I really wished it was generic. But Fortune Tune was my generic rank 3, but it was more of a Zeus maker. This is one of the only rank 3s that actually does something going first. So I liked it as end board. Both of these came up probably 4 or 5 plus times. So very good. I made Zeus with both of them, and Totem Bird obviously was an interruption at least once or twice. Onto the Synchros. Playing Baron just because I'm onto the Fenrirs. And Fenrir and Zeus are really the only expensive cards in the deck. Baron is now a pretty cheap card, so glad that this deck is still budget. Playing the standard level 6s, Stars Charge Warrior, Juju, Coral Dragon, and then on to the level 9s, Vermilion Dragon Mech, Shen Shen, and then the rest, Ultimites, Olgun, and Crystal. I think pretty much everything in this extra deck is mandatory except M7, which I actually put up. I forgot. But y'all know M7. I'm not going to go get it right now. But yeah, I was playing M7 as well, and I actually just cut it. I'm going to try another extra deck card. I'm going to try Typhon. So I put it back in my binder. But M7 came up like once. It isn't that great when you have so much utility in the other rank 6s. So my bad for forgetting. But Constellar Ptolemy M7 is the 15th extra deck card there. So here's my token. This is my side deck. So I'm playing 2 Mourners. And so this is kind of a weird card to have, but it's for Rescue Ace pretty much. That's why I'm playing it. It is good that it's a Wind and it's level 3. That's why I'll pretty much always like this over Veiler. And I'm only playing 2, so being once per turn doesn't really matter. If I was playing 3, maybe Veiler would be slightly preferred. But I really like being able to hit things in draw phase, so I needed something that overlapped with Pearly and Rescue Ace. So Mourner kind of snuck into my side deck. Never saw it, barely put it in, but I like the idea of it. I think it's pretty good. Hitting draw phase effects like Pearly, Aliber, Branded Despia, and Runic is also very important, which is why I chose this over Veiler. Then went with the 3 Jewel and Lockbird. Never saw this, unfortunately, but I think overall very good card. Happy I played it. No Thung, never really needed it. Came up one game where I was winning anyway, already going full combo, but it's a good peace of mind for where, you lose die roll, someone's comboing you. You don't have to scoop winnable games just because, they won die roll and have the advantage. Now you can actually play those out, and I won pretty much every game 1 that I played, so glad it was there at least as backup. Played 2 Ghost Bell, 1 DD Crow, so I did kind of want to play 3 Ghost Bell, but I really needed overlap with Pearly, like I said, so that's where the DD Crow and Mourners kind of filled those side deck pattern slots. Didn't really see any of these guys that much. I didn't play versus Lab. Didn't play versus Lab or Pearly, so these guys didn't really go in for a lot, but still glad I played them, like the ratios. I think this is probably the most impactful side deck card, Cosmic Cyclone. Played it mainly for Fire King, and I played, I think 3 Fire King variants. But I also played against a Runic variant, so this is by far the best. This clutched up a lot versus one particular Fire King matchup. I opened 2, but I also kind of bricked, semi-bricked, so probably MVP of the tournament for me. And one of the only side cards I saw. Harpies again, don't think I saw it. This was only for Rescue Ace, really. I don't care that much about back row, and I already have the 3 Cosmics, obviously. But yeah, played Harpies. You can prosp into it. I just don't think I ever saw it. I rarely ever put it in. Almost all of my matches were 2-0s. I only had 2 that went to a game 3. These were my going first cards. Skill Drain. Again, didn't really see this. I didn't get to go first much at all during the tournament. So yeah, I don't think I ever saw them. But the idea is that if I brick or if I get shifted, you can flip Skill Drain, hope to survive, and then play on the following turn. Very few floodgates let you, kind of slow down your opponent like that, while also being able to play on the next turn, for Virtual World at least. And that's the whole deck. Just wanted to keep it pretty quick. Really like the whole list, and I think the ratio is pretty good. My tournament report, 9 rounds, like I said. So round 1 was Fire King, Horus, Snake Eye Race. That's all round 1. It's just a 60 card pile deck. They won die roll. I won 2-0. Round 2, I went against Blackwing. This is where they won die roll, comboed a lot, and I won game 1 actually. But ended up going to game 3, and then I won 2-1. Round 3 was versus Rescue Ace, Diabellstar. They won die roll, and I won 2-0. Round 4, I was versus Vanadium. They won die roll, and I actually drew bad game 1. They drew bad as well, but I think I just drew worse, and so they won game 1, and then game 2 I comboed a bit, but they just drew amazing, to be honest. So lost to Vanadium, 0-2. And then round 5 was going second Sprite. I lost die roll actually on this one, but because it was a going second deck, they made me go first. So I was able to build my board kind of knowing that they're trying to go first, or trying to go second. So I won that one 2-0. Round 6 was versus Fire King, Diabellstar. And this was the first time I won die roll. And I think this went to a game 3, but I won game 1. Think I lost game 2, and then I won game 3. But it's possible I just won game 2. This was one I kind of forgot to write down, but it was either a 2-0 or 2-1 for me. But I definitely won Dire Roll, I remember that. And then round 7 was Dark World. I lost Die Roll, but I had a single Ash in my hand, game 1. The Ash was enough to stop the Dark World hand, and it slowed them down too much. They just didn't put up much. Otherwise, their hand was pretty good. So I Ashed them, won game 1, game 2. They also just didn't draw that well. I drew a hand trap, and I won that one too. So 2-0, round 7. And then round 8, I finally won Die Roll again. So the second to last Die Roll that I won. But I opened my hand, and it was just a very bad hand. It was, at best, a semi-brick. Most, I think, would call it a brick. But, yeah, I lost game 1 pretty quickly. They drew good, I drew bad. Drew well, I guess. I drew bad. And then game 2, I decided to go first again. I'm like, all right, let's try this again. I hard brick, like, draw even more unplayable than game 1, which, you know, is hard to do. Like pretty much drew something like this. So, yeah, I got 2-0'd quite fast. Round 8, of course, when I, win Die Roll and I'm X1, I break in the most important games back to back somehow, which is mathematically like near impossible. Like, this deck isn't that inconsistent, but it happened. It is what it is. I was already pretty unlucky, losing most of my Die Rolls, so that was kind of the cherry on top. By the way, I played out round 9, even though once I know I'm out of top 8, I don't really take it that serious, but I like to stay in the tournament if I don't have somewhere to be. This is a good hand. Played against Runic Branded Chimera. Won that one 2-0. My opponent won Die Roll, but they kind of just messed up too much. So I ended up taking that. Overall, so yeah, no ties. Almost every game was 2-0 or 0-2. And yeah, ended X2. Got 17th place. Had the same record as like probably 8th through 20-something, I think. Maybe 29th. I'd have to check. But, so yeah, the record was pretty close. It kind of came down to tiebreakers. So very, very close to top 8. And it was a super competitive tournament. I played against people that were supposed to be good. A lot of notable players. So it was a good event overall. Happy that I got Virtual World an invite in 2024. I think I might be one of the only people that has an invite with Virtual World. Well, in 2024, definitely, because the year just started. But I might be the only one that's gotten it like 3 years in a row, so that's pretty cool, I guess. So if y'all have any questions on, this deck itself or just playing Virtual World, please comment, or just on the event, how it went. Feel free to leave questions in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer. Hope everyone has a great new year. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.